Hello, guys, welcome to my podcast, Hangout with Chels. You know, this is the place to be. It's your host, Helen Chels. If you're just joining for the first time, welcome. If you're returning to the podcast, welcome back. I hope you brought a friend. You know, you shouldn't be enjoying all the goodies alone. I do hope you enjoy your time here and can pick one or two lessons. You can find me on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify. Just search for Hangout with Chels. Now find a nice place to settle in with a glass of wine, or if you like me, a glass of yogurt, or if you hashtag FitFam, a glass of water. Just get something to drink. Get your earplugs and listen. This is episode 2 and it's titled God's Masterpiece. Child of the King, come and take your place before your King. Fearfully and wonderfully made, crafted delicately by the creator of the world, formed by no human hands, blood, water, cells knitted together to create a never before, never to exist again human being. Most times we do not appreciate our own selves. We do not understand this uniqueness that makes us who we are. Isaiah 64 verse 8 puts it this way: "But you are our Father, Lord. We are like clay and you are like the potter. You created us." Some versions of the Bible would end with, "We are all the work of your hand." You are created by Him who made heaven, earth, and all that is in it. He created everything that ever existed, and He created you too. Fashioned from His own being, made in His own image and likeness, a masterpiece. You're the greatest work of God, made with the highest possible standards, His crowning achievement, the one person He looks at and says, "This is my child, mine and formed from myself." You know how parents take delight in their children? That is how your Creator takes delight in you. Psalm 139 verse 13 to 16 says, "You created every part of me. You put me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because you are to be feared. All you do is strange and wonderful. I knew it with all my heart. When my bones were being formed, carefully put together in my mother's womb. When I was growing there in secret, you knew I was there. You saw me before I was born. The days allotted to me had all been recorded in your book before any of them ever began." God makes no mistakes. You are not a product of happenstance. Planned or not, He has a plan for your life right from the moment when He knit you together in your mother's womb. You are a constant work in progress. This is a process that will take all your lifetime on earth to accomplish. Many a time you look at your life and all you can see is chaos, the flaws, the imperfections, the things not working out, the lines not falling into places, the things that need to be changed, the lack of what the world terms beautiful, the scars that often define how we look, all the little things that make us the unique person we are. But if you could see yourself the way God sees you, or if you could look at yourself through the eyes of the Father and see yourself as God's work of art, His masterpiece. God sees us as we really are, warts, weaknesses, failures, flaws and all. He's not blind to your imperfections. Instead, He loves you as you are. He looks at you and says you are beautiful, treasured, cherished, loved, and I have called you by name. You are mine. Do you hear the possessiveness in these words? You are mine. You need to look at yourself each day and see yourself as God sees you. And when you can do that, you will see that you do not need validation from anyone. You see, I understand that there's the pressure to fit and to belong, to conform. There are challenges everywhere, the situations we find ourselves in, and we wonder, how do we survive? But know this: your self-worth isn't tied to how others see you. It doesn't matter if you do not fit the world's ideal of beauty. By the miracle of your birth, you already belong. You already earn the space in your own corner of the world. You matter. You were not created to fit in. So stand out, break out of the mold, break down barriers, set new milestones, leave behind a legacy that will endure. Do you know whose child you are? You are royalty. Your life has meaning. You were born for a reason. There's a purpose to your existence. My Father, your Father, the King, our God, does not make junk ever. Your job is to discover and fulfill that purpose. You are more precious than the finest gold. You're more desirable than the rarest diamond. You're worth more than all the precious stones put together. You are royalty, the child of the King. Carry yourself with dignity, for power resides in you. The King who comes in and changes every situation for the better lives in you. Close your eyes and imagine how it would feel if you were the child of a king. An earthly one at that, say the Oba of Lagos or the Oba of Benin or the royal family of England. You would walk, talk, and act in a different way. You would exude confidence because your father has authority. Now take a deep breath and open your eyes. Now close your eyes. Again, Abby, just shall close it. And imagine what it is to be the child of the all-powerful, all-seeing, and all-knowing God. Listen while I tell you how the Father sees you. You are royalty. You possess power and authority. The King lives in you, as Donald Lawrence says. You come from royalty, an aristocratic dynasty. So wear your crown with grace. They are made with the finest stones. Do younger now. You're the most powerful and important person you know. And that's because you were made in the image and likeness of God. Imago Dei. You're the spitting image of God Himself reflected in you. This means that you carry within you the power of Him who has called you forth. Now head held high, shoulders straight, eyes on the goal. Act, walk, and talk like the Amoba that you are. Exude confidence. It's not pride. It's knowing your place and taking it. Gosh, do you know that you are smart, powerful, unique, one of a kind, special, equipped for greatness? Don't ever take that for granted. You can do everything through Christ who strengthens you. You can do anything you put your mind to. So do not let anyone tell you any different. Do not let anyone bring you down with their words. Don't believe them when they say you can't. When God talks about a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, He was referring to you. Yes, you. I love the way Isaiah 62 verse 3 puts it. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy God. You were bought with the price of something expensive, the precious blood of the sinless Lamb. You are royalty. Nothing and no one can take that away from you. God has made you perfect. Don't ever settle for less. You are a perfect work of art, God's masterpiece. Thanks for listening to this episode. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, and tell a friend to tell a friend that this is the place to be. Also follow us on Instagram at CCChels and on Twitter at Helen Chels. I will catch you in episode 3, and until then, remember whose child you are. Bye-bye.